My name is Aditya Roy, and today I have a book for you called Sky Boys. Here's what the cover looks like. Written by Deborah Hopkinson and James E. Ransom. The AR level is 5.0 and the points is 5 points. Sky Boys, how they built the Empire State Building. It's the end of winter and your pop lost his job. So every morning before school, he would scour the streets for firewood down in an icy wind. But look, here's a pile of wood, free for the taking, all carted off from that old hotel they tore down at 34th and 5th. 600 men working there, leveling, shoveling, and hauling, clearing the rubble away. And they're getting ready to make something new. Bold, soaring, a symbol of hope in the darkest of times. A building clean and simple and straight as a pencil, and tall, so tall that it will scrape the sky. You drag your pop along to see and tell him what you've heard on the street. Mr. Raxcobb wants to build the tallest skyscraper in the world. You say even taller than Mr. Chrysler's building? They'll say it'd be done by next May. Think they can build it that fast, Pop? Things are so bad, it seems. Foolish to even try, he replies. And when he sees your face and adds, of course you never know. So let the race begin. First come rumbling flatbed trucks. Bundles of steel on their backs, like a gleaming endless river, surging through the concrete canyons of Manhattan. This steel is strong and new, only 80 hours old, barely cooled from the fiery furnaces of Pittsburgh. You see the trucks? Those trucks are carrying steel. Before your eyes, a steel forest appears, 210 massive columns, lifted by derricks and set onto concrete piers, sunk 55 feet down to hard rock bottom. Columns so firm and strong they can bear the full weight of this giant to be 365,000 tons. This is what the forest they mean here. You see? And then the Sky Boys show. Derrick men hoisting, swinging, easing each beam into place. High overhead they crawl like spiders on steel, spinning their giant web in the sky. Watch out, Sky Boys, don't slip in the rain or let the wind whisk you away. This is what they mean by spiders on steel. See the men? They're building the Empire State Building. Wouldn't you love to be one of them, breeze in your face and your muscles strong as the girder you ride? Or you could be a water boy, climbing high with your bucket to bring the Sky Boys a drink, and they'll laugh and call out, "Keep your eyes on the beam, water boy, and don't look down." As each beam is placed, the rivet gang is there to fasten the frame together. 4 men work as one. Number 1. The heater gets the riveter red hot in the forge and toss it up quick. A throw of 50 feet is nothing to him. The second man, number 2. The catcher, he snares the rivet in his funneled tin can, fishes it out with tongs, and sticks it in the hole. Number 3. The bucker-up keeps the rivet nice and steady with his bar. The fourth man, number 4. The gunman hammers it into the steel, good and hard. Toss, catch, steady, pound. Toss, catch, steady, pound. 1 or 2 rivets a minute, 500 rivets a day. Can you even imagine this? 500 rivets a day? At the same time, other workers use 6 hoists to carry 8,000 pounds loads of wood and steel right to where they're headed. On each floor, hand-powered rail cars on tracks with limestone pipes and wires around. To make the work easier, there are temporary elevators, water tanks, and yes, toilets, 5 lunch stands, and even a restaurant. No need to leave the job. Got hot beef stew and coffee here on the unfinished 47th floor. Can you even imagine a restaurant in a construction site? In this new ingenious assembly line construction, each man works as fast as he can, knowing that down below 100 jobless men are ready to take over his spot in a flash. Yet knowing too, the quicker he finishes, the sooner he'll be back in the line himself, waiting and desperate for work. From your spot on the sidewalk, you watch the building take shape, bit by bit, piece by piece, like a giant real-life puzzle, rising 4.5 stories each week. In November, the Skyboys give a cheer. The skeleton has a skin, and 102 stories are done. You see, this is the process of how the Empire State Building is getting finished. First this, then this, then this, and finally this. The almost finished masterpiece. And by March, the mast on the top nakes. This is the tallest building in the world. Now you kind of feel bad, right? That the Empire State Building is no more the tallest building in the world. Yeah, I also felt bad. Like a general launching an attack, the builder sends in more men, bricklayers, masons, carpenters, electricians, plumbers, all hammering, nailing, wiring, and cutting morning till night, week after week, month after month. Finally, May 1st, 1931, opening day, finished in record time. 60,000 tons of steel, 10 million bricks, 2,000 tons of marble, 6,500 windows, 70 miles of water pipes, 1,860 stairs, 1 year and 45 days. 7 million man-hours, more than 3,000 men. A triumph of speed, safety, and efficiency. And something else too, beauty. You see? See this? A ribbon is cut, crowds swimming. Amazing! Spectacular! Now the world can see what New York City is all about. Outside, Pop has a big surprise. Let's go on up, he says with a grin. I bet we've been putting our pennies aside. The crowd sweeps into the marbled lobby. A grand lady, clothed head to toe in rich glowing colors on the central wall. A chalut glitters like jewel. The Empire State Building, pride of New York City. To go to the top, it's $1 for adults, 2 bits for kids. Hop on board for the longest elevator of your life. Just while if your ear starts to hurt. See? This is what's inside the Empire State Building on the lobby. In no time you're there, but even on tippy toe you can't see a thing. Then whoosh, you're on Pop's back. Gee whiz, we're on top of the world. Pop shakes his head disbelieving. We can do this, we can do anything, he says. Itching to see it all, he jumped out and raced down the deck. North and south and east and west. Manhattan lies at your feet. Say, Pop, do you think there's a kid like me way down there, looking at us up here? After a while, the sun slips away. The tiny lights and stars start to flicker on. The bright threads of taxis lace the darkness below. The great city shimmers and hums. All around, folks are starting to leave. You bet. Please, Pop, a few minutes more. But it's time, so with one last look, you head down to Earth. On the long walk home, you're fuzzy with sleep, holding you tight to your father's rough hand. And on the corner, you turn and stop short in surprise. Look, Pop, we can still see it from here. Oh, how it lights up the night. And that was the end of today's story. So what did you think? Is the Empire State Building good enough? I'd like to know in the comments below. Until next time, bye!